I'm sitting currently in an amazing hotel room here in Bali. Things that the influencers don't want you to know, things that laptop lifestyle people don't want you to realize. They are fucking working behind the scenes. They have had to have push periods to get them to that point. It does in fact actually require work. So every time that you're looking at those amazing, inspiring, next level, hashtag laptop lifestyle people celebrating their best life, please don't think for a second that it hasn't taken work to get there. I want you to create a business that is not just overnight successful, yay, hashtag living a laptop lifestyle right now. I want you to be able to have that amazing life, off into the future as well, because your business needs to be here for you now. Yes, next week, the week after, the month after that, the year and year and year after that. Hello, gorgeous beings. Welcome to today's podcast. I'm your host, Skye Hanley. Hello, how are you? And this is Cosmic Money, the strategy and energetics of seven-figure business. Hell yes to that. Now, I'm super excited. For anybody who's watching us back or over on YouTube, you can already see that there's something a little bit different, going on in today's podcast. For those of you who are listening over on Spotify and Apple, thank you guys. Love you as well. You wanted to be able to see that actually I'm sitting currently in an amazing hotel room in my beautiful big suite here in Bali, which is super exciting. Now, why am I here in Bali? We actually just ran an amazing 3-day intensive. It's not a retreat, it's an intensive, right? You guys know me. I don't do things by half. And so I'm more likely to get all up in your business, kick your ass, make you do some fuck yes work, take some motherfucking actions, and get you and your business out there so that you can rapidly attract leads, convert them into ideal soulmate clients, and build a business to scale. Hell yes to that. So we've just run our beautiful intensive for our Dream Online Clients Now Collective. 3 days here in Bali at Sanur Beach. I'm actually really looking forward to getting out that door myself and this afternoon. I'm really lucky. So I'm here for 3 weeks, all right? And we're here today to talk about the realities of a laptop lifestyle. So I am here for 3 weeks. I am definitely not complaining about that. It is amazing. My first week has been all business. My second week is very much, I would say, half-half. And my third week is definitely relaxing with my amazing partner who will be here in about 24 hours, one more sleep. So we're really, looking forward to that. My mum arrived here about a day and a half ago. So this afternoon, we are headed to the spa together and we're having a 3-hour pamper treatment, which again, I'm really excited about coming up after this podcast. Now, why am I telling you all of this? All right? Because I very intentionally, and it's not just about me, it's about you, all right? But to give you some idea and some inspiration, it's really important that we understand, yes, the reality, and also if success leaves clues, well, what are those clues? What are we looking out for? And really for you, it's what is the amazing, beautiful life that you want to build and live? All righty. So for me, it looks like this. For me, it looks like being able to fly away to places that I really enjoy. It's a little, like a rock in a pond, or, a little short throw, right? From Australia, obviously, over here to Bali. This is like my happy place. I really love to just come here and chill. All right. I think there are some holidays, when I say holidays, because I very much mean holidays, where I'm looking forward to going to Switzerland and to Greece soon enough. And, we've got a little escape to New Zealand planned as well. But Bali for me is that kind of balance between lifestyle and life and work and pleasure and relaxation. So I definitely like to come over here as often as I can to be honest with you, just chill the fuck out. All right. It's like I land, and then I go, and decompress, even if I am still working. So today, in today's podcast, I really wanted to speak to you guys about kind of the pros and the cons of a laptop lifestyle, what it actually means, what it takes to get there, because it does take some intentionality. And so I've built this life that I'm very lucky to live and lead with a whole lot of intention. And if you aren't specific, about what it is that you want and what that looks like to you, because your version of success, and your, having you in your joy, fun, play, pleasure, passion looks really fucking different to me in mine. And that's actually okay. I don't want to build you, me as a business mentor, my job isn't to build you like as a little fucking clone of me. And I see that happening far too often, out there in business mentoring and business coaching, is that all these Insta famous, Insta success, overnight whatevers that literally haven't built business with intention, and that don't really understand business mentoring or, and business as a whole and marketplaces and shifts and all the things that we talk about here as part of Cosmic Money, those who don't understand that are going to give you cookie cutter strategies. All right. They're going to give you the one size fits all because that is the single thing that worked for them. You want to get yourself some help and support. And look, I'm not trying to sell, it all to you, but it's important that you understand the difference and you can start to see and diagnose when you're getting a cookie cutter one size fits all and when actually somebody is in your corner wanting to help troubleshoot and solution the fuck out of, whatever it is that your best life looks like to you. So this is me and mine, alrighty? Again, if you're on video, you can see that I don't even have eyelashes on today. That is how relaxed I am, you guys. Like, I don't leave the house without eyelashes, let alone, recording. I'm a podcast, what the fuck? But we are in full chill mode, and there is no point in putting eyelashes on for, a 3 or 4 hour spa day, really, is there? So let us jump into basically I'm going to give you, the three, realities, and then what those three realities really actually elicit, so as I said, it's kind of like the good and the bad or the bad and the good, the reality of it all, the roadblocks, which could be showing up, and then the result. All righty. So number one, you've got to start looking at life and business differently. All right. So realities of a laptop lifestyle means that you have to start looking at life and business differently. Now, what do I mean by that? So I said, I'm here in Bali right now for 3 weeks. I do that very intentionally. It's not just, woo, extended time in Bali, yay me. It's like, because I know that some of what I'm going to be doing here is work and that is important, that just because, hashtag I deserve a holiday or that kind of a thing, like the business needs to be hacked around me, all right? That it has to be able to run with or without me in it. Okay, so future proofing, we're really big on helping, our business clients future proof their businesses to function with or without you in it. All right. And so to start looking at your business and life differently means that you have to start looking at it like it's seasonal. Oh, well, I'm going on a holiday in a few weeks' time. And so therefore, I may as well not start anything, or I'm just going to shut down business because there's no point me doing a big push for some money or leads right now when I'm going to disappear entirely. Like, it's really not the way to actually think about it. Like, sounds really wanky, and I'm sorry that I can only put it in these terms, but you are building a lifestyle, all right? So people message me while I'm here and away, and they're like, sorry to bother you while you're on your holiday. And I'm like, it's not really a holiday, and that doesn't mean I'm not going to chill the fuck out. Like I said, I'm taking the entire afternoon off to go spend a day with my mom in a spa. Fuck yes to that. But the way that I look at it is, this is life. Right? This is life. I get to come and do life, from a hotel room in Bali or out by the pool or whatever it is, right? It is now a life and it is a lifestyle. All right. So a laptop lifestyle, right? It's not business or pleasure. And that doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries between those two things. It's not that either. But you've got to stop looking at it. You've got to stop looking at your business and life as seasonal. All right. Business doesn't stop just because it's Christmas time. Okay. And the reason, let me just back it up with a little bit more, evidentiary stuff. What you do in your business right now will affect your business over the next 30, 60, 90 days. And so one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of businesses make is really creating a seasonal business. And if you create a seasonal business, and there are ways to not create a seasonal business, it means that you are going to be having feast and famine. And feast and famine may already be showing up in your business anyway, right? And so Christmas really is that amazing example. Christmas, we think, oh my gosh, well, I'll just start winding things up because nobody's really going to be working over Christmas and things like that. So, nobody's going to be buying over Christmas. So I just won't put any offers out there. That's not going to affect your bottom line as in dollars right this second. Maybe you'll be able to make your way through that Christmas period and stuff. But what you do, if you close down for 2 weeks, and I'm not saying don't close down, but I'm saying your business needs to be able to run without you in it, as in dollars are still coming in, as in you're, writing like an ongoing, consistent lifestyle into whatever it is that you're doing. Does that make any sense at all, you guys? I don't know if I have holiday brain right now or away brain. I shouldn't say holiday brain I have lifestyle brain while I'm here talking to you from Bali. All right. So start looking at it differently. I didn't plan this as an entire holiday time away, right? I do have that time next week once my partner arrives and we're going to spend some beautiful time together. But I made sure that everything leading up to that allows for, and not in like a frantic, crazy person way, but for me to be able to tap out for that week and to know everything is still safe and secure and that I'm not going to be, creating some kind of famine in 30, 60, 90 days for daring to take, 10 days off. All right. So when you're creating the realities of a laptop lifestyle, as we said, you've got to start looking at it differently. Don't create, holiday feast and famine, like I'm full work or I'm not work at all or whatever. Like, yes, in terms of your boundaries, but not in terms of the data and the practices and the sales systems and the lead generation and things like that. You've got to actually future-proof for it. So the second thing is positioning and leverage. All right, positioning and leverage. Well, what do we mean by that? Positioning really is, you guys, that to be honest with you, the marketplace, regardless of what kind of service-based business you're in, the marketplace actually wants to see you out there succeeding and see you living your best life. And so in terms of positioning, it's actually important that you leverage when you are maybe taking some time off so that you can balance what is your known norm. So for instance, if you're a fitness professional and you know that rest periods are equally as important. There we go. I thought I missed a word in there. Are equally as important to, to somebody gaining their, muscle gain goals, right? You still need to rest to like give your body what it needs, like all those things. You guys get it. All right. Then you need to show you living the lifestyle of rest also. All right. And you need to leverage that because it's going to be good in your fucking marketing. All right. Let me give you a little behind the scenes, 411 of what goes on for me. Obviously, I'm a business mentor, so it's important that I show you these behind the scenes, the good and the bad of me out there living, the lifestyle. So yes, today I've had to work all morning, poor me, here from Bali in my hotel room when Bali is out that window over there, right? Like I want to go out there. Absolutely. So I'm having the afternoon off. We're doing that thing, but I still needed to work, about 3 or 4 hours this morning to ensure the duality and the balance in that where I can now go spend the afternoon in a spa. All right. It is important that I show, a few little snippets here and there of potentially, me doing this, but also me doing that because the viewer wants to see #living the lifestyle, the duality and the reality as well of it. Because if all I showed was me hanging out by the pool, with a margarita and then off to the spa or something like that, I'd be creating a false reality. And number one, I don't want to do that for you guys. So let me give another example. Recently, on my way over, I put up a post and I was playing fun a little bit. I was being cheeky because I was sitting in business class and they switched off all the lights. And so everything went black, all right, in the entire plane, like all of the lights. They didn't even leave like a little light on. I was like, oh my gosh. So I took a photo of myself sitting there in business class. You couldn't see me. It was pitch black. I pointed a little arrow. I put it in my stories and I was like, I'm super Insta famous. Like I was being sarcastic. I'm like, I'm so Insta famous, living my best life here in business class, and there I am, but you can't actually see anything, right? Now, the reality of that is, yes, I am lucky enough these days to be able to travel business class more often than not, to be honest with you. The reality of that is that I actually buy those business class tickets in points because I spent enough money on my business credit card over the years that I have a shit ton of points that I can now use to give myself upgrades. Alrighty. So it's in the positioning of it though. I don't necessarily go out there to deceive by any means, but in my marketing, of course, I'm going to leverage the fact that there I am in business class, even though I was poking fun at it and I thought it was a bit cheeky and silly the other day. But of course, I'm going to share of that and be like, hey, here I am, business class trip to Bali, celebrating. And as I said, it's not that I haven't paid for them. I just paid for them through a credit card, in points or whatever, like that type of a thing. Does that make sense, everyone? So the point number 2 is to position things in a way that helps to support showing, your ideal clients the living of the lifestyle, but also the full reality of what it may mean and what it may take. So again, if you're fitness, if you're nutrition, if you're diet in some way, showing the reality, of what going on that holiday and leveraging that in some way, even if you still have downtime. I am not saying bend your boundaries, but what I am saying is look at it differently. If you want to live the laptop lifestyle, you have to understand it is a lifestyle. All right. It's not necessarily feast and famine, seasonal business on or off. All right. There is a little bit of blurring of the lines. So you have to have amazing boundaries so that you can say this morning is for work. This afternoon is for the spa. All right. This week is for running our amazing 3-day, intensive. Next week is for me and my partner, decompressing. But my business must go on. All right. So that I do not create a financial black hole by taking an entire, whatever it is, 5, 6, 7, 10 days off. All righty. So live the lifestyle, look at it differently, position things, in a way that helps, support your messaging and your marketing out there. Leverage the fuck out of everything that you're doing, all right? And the third piece as part of the realities of a laptop lifestyle is simply this. It requires work, you guys. It actually does. It would be really nice like if we just sat here, and again, why I told you about the business class thing. If I was just sitting there going, yay, hashtag me, business class, so amazing. Like I'm so, hashtag gratitude, you guys, that I can live this best life. And it doesn't mean that I don't think or feel those things, but please understand it takes work. For me to have business class tickets, I've spent a shit ton on a credit card that gave me the points to be able to get business class tickets now. So every time that you're looking at those amazing, inspiring, next level, hashtag laptop lifestyle people celebrating their best life, please don't think for a second that it hasn't taken work to get there. Alrighty? Or it hasn't taken some positioning, or it hasn't taken some leverage, or they haven't had to look at life and business differently. This is what is required. I know that we want the magic wand. I know that we want the magic pill. We all do. All right. But in the front end of your business, it will take a little moment to future-proof your business. Like I know next week I have team that will be ensuring that everything goes smoothly for me. All right. It took time to build that team, to have them be dependent, not independent, to know my clients are safe and okay, and that we've built a program and monthly reoccurring revenue that supports me and supports them as well, for us to still be able to serve at our highest and for me to still be able to have a little bit of time off. There may be times in business, yes, that we're going to use the H word, hustle. All right. I call them push periods. Yes. Coming up to me being able to be away for 3 weeks and hashtag live, the gratitude life, right? It does mean that I had to push a little bit more coming up to this to make sure everything was in place for me to be able to take this best part of a, month off. All righty. So that's really important that we point out at that too. Recently I did another podcast called Things That Your Business Coach Doesn't Want You to Know. It's a little bit like that. Things that the influencers don't want you to know. Things that the laptop lifestyle people don't want you to realize. They are fucking working behind the scenes. They have had to have push periods to get them to that point. It does, in fact, actually require work, and that sometimes what you see on social media, and I personally never go out of my way to deceive, I would rather be pulling down the curtains, on everything that is actually required for you to have a long-term sustainable business. And so sometimes that means I have to use unsexy language like consistency, systems, future-proofing, right? But, I have to bring those unsexy truths forward for you because I fucking want you to succeed. All right. I want you to have the life and the lifestyle that you so desire, whatever that looks like. No cookie cutter, right? Whatever that looks like to you. So what does that mean then? The good, right? I've kind of given you, the demystified version of you need to start looking at things a little bit differently, right? It may require you to work a little bit while you're away to ensure that you can then have boundaries around the time that is in fact for you. All right. It does. A smart, thing to do is then to also leverage the fuck out of you #living the lifestyle so that you can position it that helps to support your messaging and your marketing in the front end of your business, because we don't want that kind of stuff to drop off just because you're away for a little while. All right. It's actually important. People are voyeurs. They want to see you out there succeeding and living your best life too. So show them. But, like we have here today, make sure you're demystifying the realities contained within whatever your service-based or coaching business is, so that, I feel like that comes from more of a place of integrity, like where you're really actually lining up the truths of it all. All right. And as we said, the third piece is to ensure, that you understand that it does require some work, especially in the front end. I want you to create a business that is not just overnight successful, yay, #living a laptop lifestyle right now. I want you to be able to have that amazing, life, off into the future as well, because your business needs to be here for you now. Yes. Next week, the week after, the month after that, the year and year and year after that. Alrighty. What that will create for you, if you do actually dare to put in the work, all right, stop creating feast and famine, build financial safety and security, it will give you freedom. All right. So that, yes, like me, I get to come away for 3 weeks and spend it, with my favorite people in the world, my clients, as well as my family and my partner, and the freedom to be able to do that, to sit here now, but, be popping off to the spa in about 10 minutes, to be honest with you. Number 2, it gives you the lifestyle that you want. I love traveling around. I love that I can do this. I'm living the life now that past versions of Skye, only wish and dreamt that she could be living. But at the same time, I fucking took the actions then so that I could be this version of myself now. And there are future versions of me, I will look back to the person I am now and be like, oh my gosh, thank God for Bali Skye sitting in hotel rooms and putting a podcast out there, because, right, that future version of me is going to be so fucking grateful that I did that. All right. And I so very much look forward to me, future me, with all of the amazing successes because I keep taking the actions now. Alrighty. And the third piece is one of the unsexy truths, which is it requires that consistency. But consistency in your actions means you're going to have consistency in your income. It means you're going to have consistency in your impact. And it means you're going to be able to build that amazing future business that functions without you in it every single day.
Cosmic Money, the podcast, the strategy and energetics of 7-figure business.